welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a speed build of my spring market and afterwards showing you around my island and talking about some of my plans for renovations and future videos for this channel. I'm super excited to show you all how I decorate and show you all a bit of my island. Now we're going to get started on decorating my spring market. So before I started decorating this area, I already put down all of this pathing, and how I did that was just putting down custom designs over grass and over in-game paths. I also set out all the items that I would need and customized them all already. Any design codes that I'm going to be using in this video I'll put in the description, and the dress that my little character is wearing I'll also put the creator's social and creator code in the description. This dress is by Canton Crossing. So because of the amount of terraforming I did on my island, I do have some oddly shaped spaces like this one to work with for decorating, which creates a challenge but also allows me to really get creative with the spaces. I used these fireplaces to close off the space and start creating a border for the market. I really like using these items even outdoors because you can turn them around, put items on top of them, and it allows for creating more dimension in the space. So when I'm decorating an area, I like to create the bones of the space first, putting everything around the borders and all the big items before adding other little details. Stalls are another item that I really like, that I tend to overuse a bit, but I like that you can customize them and I like all the things that you can do with them. When I did my holiday market in the same area, I used brown customizations of everything, including the park clock and the fountain, and I used different fencing and different items. For this renovation of that market, I tried to pick items that were more spring vibes and more spring colors. So now I'm just adding a seating area and starting to fill out each space a little bit more. I think Bo is really loving all the attention from being filmed. He's really just been the star of this whole speed build. I used a lot of different colors for this build, but I think it came along quite nicely, especially for a spring area with the greens and the whites and the browns. I think it all works pretty well together. And since I'm going to be renovating this entire island, I decided not to change this space at all and just work with it as is, and I think it kind of gave me an interesting challenge. So now I'm just filling out the empty spaces and making each stall. We have a tea stall that we're going to decorate, a thrift stall, a food stall, a clothing stall, and a coffee stall. And here is our tea stall to start off with. All of the teddy bears I really like to use as well. You can customize their little shirts or their little bows, and they just look really cute. One of the first things that I will be doing when I renovate is getting rid of all of these red flowers because I want to go with colors that are more green, yellow, whites, and maybe light browns still. Sometimes I have to replace things or move them around just to get them facing the right way that I want to, but it's all part of the process. Here's my favorite stall that I made, the coffee stall. I would be their best customer and buy all of the coffee from the island. I added some of these custom design dresses in front of these stalls just for just an extra layer of dimension and makes it look more like we're selling a bunch of cool items here. I do hoard the butterfly models, but I do think that they're great to decorate with. All over my island I had them, and I haven't decided whether I'm going to use them in this renovation that I'm doing, but I probably will end up doing so. And the last finishing touch is these green leaf piles. I really love the way that they move when a character walks through them, and I think they really look nice in this space. And there we have my finished spring market where you can shop, eat, grab tea or coffee, and just enjoy the spring weather. It feels like just the right amount of random to me, like everything flows together pretty well, but there's also just some random uniqueness to it. And now I'm setting up my frame to take a photo of this area since we're all done before I show you all around the island. So now I'm going to run through my island and show you all how it is now and talk about how I'm going to renovate it. This area right here has already been all torn down and looks completely different, but I plan to do more videos of the actual terraforming process that I'm going to do for this island, maybe for this area that I'm coming up on, as it's my main flyover area. These waterfalls have been on Mioa Bay for a long time, but it might be time to try something new. This was my elf workshop for the holidays, and their little elf village that I'm going to be tearing down. These little fairy gardens. A lot of this will be redone. And I plan to do mostly spring type pathing, and I'm still going to be doing a lot of terraforming, but it'll hopefully look a lot different, but still me. Here's where I discovered that Fauna and I were twinning, and we're both wearing Canton Crossings design, which I thought was really cute. So here is a little cottagecore style eatery in between Nooks and Abel's in the shopping district. And my Abel's is tucked in, sort of hidden in the mountains back there. I'm going to add my DA to the description of this video in case anybody wants to visit. Little disclaimer that it's my fall island before I renovated for winter and before I started making these small changes for spring, but I will update it again eventually. Here we have my little post office in another kind of oddly shaped area, and coming up on the end of the mini tour we have my entrance. And that's everything. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. I hope you have a lovely day.